Hey everybody, Travis and Nikki here from wallsofyourcave.com, coming at you from the city of Philadelphia and the Mann Music Center. We came back to the Mann Music Center today for the first time in 19 years. Hey, woo! It is a gorgeous, gorgeous venue. We weren't here in '95 for the shows, but we did come here to see Trey play solo. So we've been here before, but it's been still a long time. And it is really a fantastic place to see live music.
It's beautiful, sounds really good.
Really
good. It's just really hot up in the balcony. That's the only problem, is it's really hot.
Yeah,
but
a little warm, but the sound is gorgeous. I think the the whole wooden enclosure. I was sort of thinking about caves tonight. It sort of felt like a cave in there. They played Walls of Your Cave. They played Walls of the Cave to close out the first set. And and I think the wooden cave thing really makes the sound. It gives it a unique quality and very rich, full, and just makes it a really great place to see music. I love it in there. Really happy to be here. Really happy to get to going back tomorrow, and happy that they finally put it back on the schedule after 19 years. It's about time, guys. Way to go. We are also here in the historic city of Philadelphia, and I heard a rumor today that in 1776, on July 8th, was actually the first time that the Declaration of Independence was read in public. So that felt kind of cool to be here on July 8th, like 238 years later or whatever. Maybe 20 years later, but 238 years later? Come on.
I think we've forgotten about 20 years later, actually.
So we got a little historic nod with the coin today. Nikki, you want to show this one off?
I certainly will. Here is our coin this evening.
I think this girl here, she's carrying her fish over to hear the first public reading of the Declaration of Independence. And that guy in the background, maybe he's like doing part of the reading. This is my favorite coin so far. I thought it was really cool.
It's very intricate. I think it's a little bit more intricate than the others, and I love how it's bronze. So we've had, we've had a gold coin, we've had a silver coin, and today is a bronze coin.
I think this is the same color as Greatwood's one. I think they were both sort of goldy bronze, whatever.
I thought it was different.
Anyways, so great to be back at the Mann. We did have about a 2-hour delay because of the rain, like I mentioned earlier. So, the crowd was like pretty ready for the Mann to come on, and they came on and opened with Axilla, so we could all headbang a little bit and get some of that anticipation out of our systems.
Yeah. So it started out with a lot of really high energy. Personally, I feel like the energy dropped a little bit. It kind of got up again, I think, at the 5:55. I really dug that a lot, but I don't think a lot of people didn't seem like they dug it. But the new songs, I think, are... Yeah. I personally love them. You know that we all love them. I just think it's kind of new. It's just new.
The crowd didn't seem to respond to the new stuff to me tonight the way that they have at some of the other shows. Gray was this back, but new songs are tough for some people, and we understand that. I'm sure the band understands that, and that song that maybe you don't dig the first time around. A couple of years later, after it's really grown in a live set, maybe come around on it. Who knows?
So all in all, I felt like the first set for me was like my highlights was definitely the 5:55 and the Walls of Your Cave. The Cave, sorry. I think I'm saying it so often now. I keep accidentally saying yours, but it's Walls of the Cave.
Walls of the Cave.
So those were my two favorites. I usually love Halfway to the Moon. I really liked it a lot tonight. I just don't feel like it really got there as it usually does.
It didn't quite get there for me either, but it was it wasn't bad or anything. There was nothing wrong with it. It just didn't.
Yeah, and the ice was good. It was just.
Ice was good. It was well played. It was a couple of flubs, but nothing major. But it's still, and there was a couple of nice chunks in there.
The jam in Ocelot was pretty. At the end of Ocelot was pretty good.
Yeah, I like that more than usual. For me, I was really excited to hear Gumbo finally get stretched out again a little bit. It wasn't like it went out to like Boise 99 territory or anything, but it was. Probably the longest version of 3.0, and so that was significant, at least, that they started to stretch it out a little bit again. Also, Tube, another song that has been not as stretched out in 3.0, was a little bit stretched out. I thought there was some nice funk in there. Those might have been my two highlights, Tube and Gumbo. and of course, Walls of the Cave. Terrific to hear for the first time this tour.
I'm kind of missing the old Haleys.
Missing the old Haleys.
That's the one thing that really gets me every time. It's like you get really excited and you're like, yes, it's going to be the Haleys, and then it's not. It kind of just drops off, and it's not as funky and as deep and as exciting, I think, as it used to be, but that's okay. It's just new. I guess.
Well, it may not have been the best first set of the tour. We did get the best poster of the tour so far.
Definitely the best
Best poster. We were pretty excited about this one. We got the pinball machine going on. It's a little bit tough to see. There's a whole lot going on in here. It's really intricate. We got Fuego written. There's hidden messages all over this thing. There's shit going on all over the place. But I totally dig the pinball machine theme. Really a big fan of that as a whole. It's a production company out of Wisconsin, a graphic design company called Land that did the art today. They've done a couple of, I think they did 1 or 2 Mike Band solo posters, and they did a couple of Trey solo posters, and they did a Alpine Valley Fish poster a couple of years ago. But they're still, relatively speaking, new to us, and this is a killer print.
I hope everyone who bought one looked at it carefully. I had to throw 2 back that were defective.
Yeah, we had in the on the right hand side there was a pretty big splotch-looking thing, and it seemed like it was on a whole stack of them.
Yeah, it was on a whole stack. But.
So we were careful. Of course, we were. Nikki especially was all over this one, keeping her eye on the merch ladies and making sure they gave us a good one.
And
the other thing about this poster that I do want to mention is, unlike SPAC and some of the other shows, there's only one poster for both shows, and it's only a run of 600. So they only released 300 posters tonight. They're going to do another 300 tomorrow. But this one is going to be in high demand and short supply. So, anyways, we were lucky to grab a hold of one. Nice to have, and again, like I said, best poster of the tour so far. Let's hope they top it, but this one's great. We love it.
And we also have the magnets, which look like the tickets. This in particular ticket was a very good seat. It was Orchestra A, row C, seat 1. So this one is a very good seat, so you can pretend that it's actually your ticket.
I'm gonna show that to an usher. I'll be like, hey, no, look, it's right here. Yeah, I'm on the 3rd row. Let's go.
So anyway, so I think the second set was pretty rocking.
Second set was rocking.
After for me, a disappointing first set. I think the second set really brought it. I was love, obviously, the Fuego. I feel like, however, it took a very long time to get there. I think it was very exploratory in many different ways that didn't quite work. And then it took a turn to be really amazing towards the end.
It really did get amazing towards the end.
It just took a long time, and that's okay. We can be patient.
Yeah, hey, sometimes you gotta try for a while before it starts to work, and I would always rather see them try and fail or try and take a little while to get there than to have them not try at all. I did love this Fuego. I thought it was rocking. It's the longest jam of the tour so far, over 25 minutes.
I still like the SPAC Fuego better.
Yeah, I think like the SPAC one better.
If you re-listen to the SPAC Fuego, I think it was a lot more technical.
But hey,
that's okay.
We're 5 shows into the tour. We got 3 Fuegos. No complaints from me. No complaints.
And it was beautiful. Like towards the end, once they started getting into it, it was really good. It just took a while. So I love the line. I love the line
too.
I really love the line.
Wingsuit songs. Who can complain about that? Step to the line. I love the line. Had a nice jam at the end. Very different actually. I think the first 2 or 3 versions had a very similar guitar solo at the end. And Trey kind of broke away from that a little bit tonight. Just trying to change it up. I'm sure it will continue to evolve as it grows in the live setting, but it was nice to hear him sort of change up the solo a little bit and give it a little bit of a different structure and sort of let us know that he can play it a little differently.
We had backwards sound number line, which I like, but
next up we had the real, what I'm calling the funk chunk. We had Tweezer Ghost 2001.
First cover of tour.
First cover of tour. Hey,
the first
I
cover.
mean, other than Star Spangled Banner, you know, I mean,
I was convinced we weren't
obviously,
going to get any
Fish
covers.
didn't write Star Spangled Banner, but it's hard to really call that like a cover song. Whereas 2001, pretty clearly a cover song, cover in 2001, crowd got really excited about that one.
Yeah, the crowd got really excited about that. However, I think the Ghost was
Yeah,
way better.
Ghost was the
The
highlight.
Ghost was really
We agree on this. We're gonna agree that Ghost was the highlight of the show.
The Ghost really was the highlight of the show.
Or just jam at the end. We're suckers for those blissful major key jams where it just kind of melts your little soul in. Loving it. Couldn't ask for more.
And the hood was very, very sweet. That's the only way I can even describe it. It was very quiet, very sweet, and really just, I don't even know, like, just sweet. It was
beautiful.
It was
very
really
quiet,
beautiful, quiet, and
it was nice. The crowd was real attentive during it too. At least where I was at.
No one was left in my section at that point, so I was happy. Everybody decided to leave after the 2001. They're like, yep, had enough.
Yes, you know, it's Tuesday night and all, when the show started late. I guess maybe some people had to go back to work or whatever, but you know, the hood was beautiful, and for me it was like the opposite of the Great Woods hood, but not in a bad way, but in just a different way. You know, the hood at Great Woods was like this incredible jam that could have come out of any number of different songs, but that was amazing and happened to be in the middle of hood there. While tonight's version was a much more standard and straightforward hood, but it was just played so tasteful, so mellow, and you know, so chilling and built real slow up to the peak, and everybody's happy. And you know, I mean, if you love Fish, you gotta love it when they play Harry Hood.
So then they closed it out with Reprise.
Yeah, rocking it out. You know, Reprise not as the encore, as the second set closer. It was funny, as they were wrapping up Hood, I thought it was going to be the set closer, and I knew that they were playing way too late. They probably blew curfew by like an hour or better. But then, you know, when Trey was kind of ending Hood, I was like, wow, they're really going to do the Reprise here? And sure enough,
they did.
Reprised up.
They definitely did it.
I can never get enough Reprise. We didn't really talk too much about the Tweezer. It was a little on the short side, but
it was okay.
Okay, I thought it was a little better than okay.
It was good.
I mean, come on.
It was good. It just wasn't my favorite tweezer.
Hey, Dave.
It was still good. I'm sorry.
Hater. I thought the tweezer was good again. It started to get there. It could have been longer, and I feel like they maybe cut it a little short. Maybe because they were worried about time. I don't know.
Well, at this point, it was like almost 11:30, I think, by the time they started the tweezer.
Yeah, I mean, they were starting tweezer normally when the show probably would have been ending.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm sure they were feeling a little bit of pressure to make sure that they played a full second set, but got off the stage in time to not alienate the many fine people of Philadelphia that were right around the venue. I mean, venue smack in the middle of downtown. And
so then they encored with Possum. We'll let Travis take this one.
Possum is not our favorite song. Sorry, Trey.
Not my favorite song at all, actually.
But unlike everybody who left, we still stick around because we love Fish.
Although, hey, I have to say, as much as I hate that song, tonight, actually, it was interesting. Yeah. It was different. It was very different. It wasn't the straight-up, normal, same thing, Possum. It was actually really kind of cool. Trey was doing some very interesting things during that.
You know, I was talking with a buddy of mine before the show, and I actually told him that Possum was my least favorite Fish song, and then I went on to tell him that even seeing Fish play my least favorite Fish song is like 100 times better than sitting on my couch and watching TV or being at work or whatever else. So, you know, tough
First world problems.
First world problems.
First world problems.
Like, oh yeah, great. I'm seeing the best live band in the whole world in this sick venue, and it sounds beautiful. I'm having a great time, and they play
awesome.
A song that I don't like so much. Real tough life we have here. So overall, you know, maybe tonight wasn't the best show of the tour, you know, but the hell, we had a great time.
It was still fun.
There was a lot of good stuff in there, a lot of great stuff to listen to. Terrific venue, had fun seeing a bunch of friends. Kind of a hometown-y show for us. Although I guess we didn't really see too many people from our hometown. We saw more of the same old faces we see at every show.
I guess so. No, I saw a lot of people that
You saw some
I saw people I hadn't
alright.
seen in almost like 10 years. So I saw a lot of people. But
Anyways, yeah, we're excited. We think they're going to crush it tomorrow here.
Yeah.
Obviously, I mean, they're playing so well on this tour too. As we're sitting around saying that tonight may not have been the strongest show so far. If this tour was different, tonight could have been the best show early on in a different tour where they weren't playing quite as well as they played us back. The bar's already been set pretty high, so we're not going to complain if they don't get over it every single time. Anyways,
okay, so well, that's our review of the show, and we hope that you will have as good of a time tomorrow.
And then tired.
Sorry, it's really late.
I think it might be time for us to go to bed, get some rest, and.
But we hope you tune in for our next video tomorrow.
Do this again tomorrow.
We will see y'all then.
All right, man. Music Center, Philadelphia. Philadelphia freedom. Woo!